Hey Algebra students, Mr. Fovel here, and this time we're going to learn about lesson 716, which focuses on the quadratic formula. The quadratic formula is a way of finding x-intercepts, but that's not the only thing it does. We can do problems where we aren't finding x-intercepts. It just takes a little bit of moving the problem around. So it's kind of a strange situation. What we have is we have this big long formula, negative b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. I don't recommend doing the problem as one big problem. I recommend breaking it into two. If you notice, the plus minus sign right here actually means that there are two problems. There is an addition version of the problem and a subtraction version of the problem. We need to do both problems to get the whole picture. We want the positive version and the negative version. That does not mean the answers will have one positive and one negative. It just means that there are two possible answers. So I have two situations here. I have y equals negative x squared plus 2x plus 8. And that's the first one we're going to attempt to work. In this situation, notice I have the y. This is finding x-intercepts. So we need to treat this like the y is the number 0. If that 0 goes in, we can then use the quadratic formula. So we are going to set this problem up. First thing we need to do is identify the a, the b, and the c. Well, the a is always with the x that's being squared. Here we have a negative sign, meaning that our a value is negative 1. Our b value is always with the x. So our b value is positive 2 because of the plus sign. And our c value is the separate number. So here, that's a positive 8 because of the plus sign. So we create our math problem. So we have negative b, which just means the opposite of b. So since it's positive 2, here we're going to use negative 2. We're going to create the addition part of the problem. We're going to do b squared, so we're going to square 2. We're going to subtract 4, which will be multiplied by negative 1, and multiplied by 8. Those are our a and our c. And then it's going to all be over 2 times our a value of negative 1. And then we just rewrite the problem with a subtraction sign. So negative 2 minus the square root of b of 2 squared minus 4 times negative 1 times 8. All of this over 2 times negative 1. All right, now as we do these problems, the only time it's going to matter that we have 2 is right at the end when we have to add and subtract. So we have our negative 2. We're going to be adding the square root. What we first need to do is square 2, so that's going to give us 4. Then we have, I'm going to treat this minus sign like it's a negative. So we have negative 4 times negative 1 times 8. So negative 4 times negative 1 is 4. 4 times 8 is 32. Since we got a positive 32, we're going to be adding here. And then it's all going to be over 2 times negative 1 is negative 2. We're going to rewrite the exact same problem just with a subtraction sign. Negative 2 minus the square root of 4 plus 32 over negative 2. We're then going to go on to this addition. Negative 2 plus the square root of 36. 4 plus 32 is 36 over negative 2. Again, rewrite with subtraction. Negative 2 minus the square root of 36 over negative 2. Square root of 36 is 6. So we have negative 2 plus 6 over negative 2. And negative 2 minus 6 over negative 2. This then creates 4 over 2 in the blue version, and over negative 2. And we get negative 8 over negative 2 in the red version. Now we just divide. Notice that this was the only place that the change happened. Here we added, here we subtracted. So 4 divided by negative 2 gives us one possible x-intercept of negative 2. 4 divided by negative 2 is negative 2. And negative 8 divided by negative 2 gives us a positive 4. So our x-intercepts in this situation come out to be negative 2, 0. The 0 comes from here. And positive 4, 0. Okay, most of the time you use it just for x-intercepts, but I want to show you another situation where we're going to use it to find a non-x-intercept. Here we're using it to find 4. But the thing is for the problem to work, you must be finding where this is 0. So all we have to do is subtract 4, because 4 minus 4 makes 0. Do it on both sides, and you get 0 equals, just changes it into negative x squared plus 7x. And instead of the positive 1, we do positive 1 minus 4 gives us negative 3. Now, as I do this, I'm going to set it up much faster so you can see that the process stays the same. So we still need our a, b, and our c values. In this one, the c value is negative because of the minus sign in front. Just like the a is negative with the negative 1. These are not, a is not always negative 1, just in these situations. Okay, so here we have negative 7 plus the square root of 7 squared minus 4 times negative 1 times negative 3 all over 2 times negative 1. The red version is the exact same thing, just with the minus sign. So we have negative 7 minus the square root of 7 squared minus 4 times negative 1 times negative 3 all over 2 times negative 1. And then we just go about doing this work. All right, so we did negative 7. 7 squared is 49. So we do negative 4 times negative 1 times negative 3. Negative 4 times negative 1 is 4. 4 times negative 3 is negative 12. So it becomes a subtraction problem this time. Divided by negative 2. Then we have negative 7 minus, it'll be the exact same thing, 49 minus 12 over negative 2. Negative 7 plus the square root of 37, 49 minus 12 is 37, over negative 2. Okay, in this situation, the square root is a decimal, so we're going to round it. And we're going to say this is negative 7 plus 6.1 is what my calculator gave me, divided by negative 2. Same problem. Negative 7 minus 6.1 over negative 2. This will create 0.9 over negative 2 and negative 13.1 over negative 2. Okay, so our final answers here end up being negative, or sorry, this would be a negative 0.9. So we end up with two positive answers in this situation. we get 0.45, and we get 6.55. Little bit more challenging version of the problem, but still the same process. If you have any questions, make sure you re-watch and bring those to us. Thank you.